Much of my work begins by asking, how does the focal length at which we view the world, the distance in space or time, change the manner in which we might actually understand the world? I began to think of the intimate architecture and context of Pushkin House as a kind of control room within which these two planetary signals or planetary calls could unfold. In December 1991, as the USSR dissolved, two cosmonauts, Russian Sergey Krikalev and Ukrainian Aleksandr Volkov, ceaselessly orbited Earth on the Mir space station, even as the sort of nation that they departed from began to unravel into new borders. The figures of these cosmonauts derived from archival records from a trilogy of interventions across Pushkin House. Threaded through this is the voice of Maggie Quinto, a school teacher in Colac, Victoria, Australia, who from her home ran an amateur radio and an instrument through which she developed a rather heartwarming Earth orbit friendship with the cosmonauts. And during the sort of crucial months of the unraveling of the Soviet Union, became a key source of information for them. In the exhibition, her last exchanges, their last voice notes and text messages sit alongside an architectural inscription, which is essentially a view of Earth from the exact orbit, path and altitude of the Mir station on that day, derived from archival records. The second call I cite is the historic cosmic call, sent to nearby stars. This interstellar transmission left Yepetoria radio telescope in Ukraine, which essentially is today a contested, charged and complex ground. Fragments of this interstellar transmission perforate my drawings, sitting alongside phylogenetic trees, which are essentially charts of descent and evolution, but seen alongside fasciated flowers, nuclear cavities, hands molding earth, which are essentially notes from the studio that sit alongside this call, a message to the stars, to the cosmos, but from a rather divided and tense planet.